Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is John Deak. My channel is called John Deak Toy Reviews and More, and I'm going to attempt to show you guys how to apply contact paper to your Detolf cases. Basically, I'm going to show you the tools and everything, and I'm going to try to do this with a makeshift tripod that I built here into my garage. So let's get started, and first thing I'm going to do is show you what tools you're going to need. You're definitely going to need a utility knife, okay? And make sure you have a fresh, sharp blade on here. You're going to need an extremely long metal ruler. There are scissors. Everybody has those. Windex. Without Windex, you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to need some sort of level. You're going to need some microfiber. What you're going to end up doing is actually taking your level and wrapping it into microfiber like this, because you're going to be using it as a squeegee and a absorber for the Windex. And the most important part you're going to need is the contact paper. I am using this from Home Depot. It's about $15, and actually no, it's $12, and you're going to be able to get about 3 Detolfs done with this, the backs of Detolfs only. Basically, it's called Luxurious Texture. Yes, and it has sort of like this vinyl, but kind of like faux leather, like pleather feeling to it. And it's really awesome because the light doesn't reflect off of this. So just remember that if you're going to do this, because you definitely don't want to get something shiny, or your lights are going to just bounce off of it and it's not going to look all that great. So here's what you're going to want to start out with. The first thing that you want to do is take Windex, clean off the back of your Detolf. If it's brand new, you're going to have a sticker on the back of it. It's the only sheet of glass that comes with the Detolf that has a sticker on it, so you know that's the back of it. I only recommend that you guys do the back and nothing else. Otherwise, if you do the shelves, you're not going to get any light in from your lights that you put up. So if you want to have a cool black background, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to take your contact paper and you're going to open it up in reverse, and you're going to want to kind of center it and leave about maybe an inch and a half overlap right here, okay? And then you're going to roll it out like this until you cover the whole sheet of glass. And the same thing on the other end. You're just going to leave basically about, I want to say, an inch at the back, and then you're going to cut it off just like this. Alright, so that's perfect. It's cut off. Now you have your whole section here. You're going to want to take the contact paper and flip it over like that. Okay. And again, you're just going to want to make sure you have that inch over here and that you have some on the sides here. It's going to be about an inch overlap. That looks good. Over here looks good. Then put your hand over here and flip half of it back. Try not to move it around too much. Now, this is the secret. If you don't do this, you're not going to get a super smooth surface. You want to take some glass cleaner or Windex and spray this side of the glass generously. Don't spray, just a little bit. Get it nice and wet, just like that. Okay? Then you want to take, this is the kind of a tricky part because this stuff's really sticky. You want to kind of slowly peel this off, just like this. Okay, so it's off there. Hold it up. Make sure it doesn't touch the wet Windex, because it'll soak up the Windex. And you want to just cut this part off right here. Okay, so this part moved around, but it's okay because we haven't taken it off. Just reposition it back. See, this is the mistakes that you can make, and if you do, you just nicely want to, see how sticky it gets? Just peel it off, back like that. Put your finger in to get your hands off, okay? And now just lift it up and position it back. Make sure you got that same spacing on the sides, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect at this point, just so you know. It can be off by a lot, trust me, because I'm going to show you the secret. So now that you have this like this, take this and just lay it down just like that. Make sure you got your overlay back here. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. That side is good. This side is good. Okay. Next thing, lift this side up and repeat the process. Generously spray it down, just like that. And now remove the other side of the paper. Perfect. Now you're going to take this side and just, it's like put on a blanket. Put it over here. And again, make sure you have that overlap. And it looks all crazy now, I know, but just wait. Trust me. Okay. Okay, slide it around a little bit. The Windex is going to allow you to slide it around, which is really good. Position it where you want it. You can actually lift it up and move it around. Okay, okay, okay. Perfect. So it's nice and almost flat. Okay. Get this side up a little more. Move your arm around. Okay, I would say that's pretty good. Now, if you guys can see this, I'm not sure. There's a ton of bubbles all over this, okay? And I'm going to show you how to get rid of those bubbles. Just one second. Let me clean this off. Okay. The reason why you put Windex on here is because you can take your makeshift squeegee and you can squeegee out all of the bubbles. See how unbelievably smooth that is? That is super, super smooth. You're not getting anything in here. It's just as smooth as glass. So, once you get rid of all of the bubbles, what you're going to want to do at that point is just make sure it's all nice and smooth. Perfect. Perfect. Looks awesome. And when you squeegee this, you're going to notice the liquid coming out on the sides. And don't worry about the Windex, it just dries and the glue sticks perfectly. Next thing you want to do is take your razor blade, take your ruler and your utility knife, okay? And you want to lay this on the edge like this, on both sides. And you want to find where the edge is and kind of put it to about 1/4 inch, I would say. I've done this so many times so I can kind of eye it up. So 1/4 inch, that looks about right. Run your fingers across it. And again, if it's not perfectly straight, don't worry about it because it'll be covered up. You won't be able to see it. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this here. And nice and slowly run it along the metal ruler until you get to the end. Okay, and then this piece will just come right up like this. Perfect. Toss that to the side. And you're going to do the same exact thing with the opposite side. Just make sure you got about 1/4 inch. That looks about right. And I'm going to start at this side. And when you're pressing down on your utility knife, go gently. This may or may not scratch the glass. I haven't had a chance to check it. Just as a disclaimer, just keep that in mind. Okay, so just remove this. This part kind of comes off. Perfect. There you go. Now you're going to do the same thing to the sides. Right here. Measure it up. And you know, by adding this space, you're giving yourself a chance to, make sure it slides into the wood fine without crumpling up. Because if you don't do these edges, it's just going to like roll up and break off, or crumple up. Awesome. Okay, and just grab your cloth that you've been using. Give it a wipe down because it's going to be wet. Like this. Just like that. This actually gets out any little tiny bubbles that you may have or may not. As for me, I am a perfectionist, so I don't like any bubbles. So that's why I developed this technique, to make sure we don't have any bubbles. And that is as smooth as eggs. And now you have a nice background for your Detolf. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe and like my video. Thank you.